There we go. Power button on the other side. I don't know if the display is going to be upside down. Guess we're going to find out. Let's see. I think I'm done with you for the moment. Done with you for the moment. Oops. This stuff's stacked. Alright, so we need the circuit board. We need glass. Need the data card. Powered on. Hey! Alright. Hello, auto lathe. I don't need you to be part of the circuit setup here. Okay, so let's see. Airlock exterior door, exterior. Airlock interior door. How do I change the option? Not sure what it's doing here. It's changing color. The arrows don't seem to be doing anything. And this is a search function. I'm not sure why the auto lathe is listed other than, you know, we have it connected to the circuit. It's not clickable. So it turns red, but what does that mean? I need to have other stuff turned on? So doors are closed. Green and red. Green and green. I need this to be airlock interior door interior, though. So this is the name that I gave it.
Power low.
Yeah, I don't have the faintest idea what this is doing. I mean, I understand clicking on it is locking and unlocking so I can manually do things, but I was under the impression I would be able to get this to say, one of these would be interior, one would be exterior, and it would match what I labeled the doors so I could make sure the right things were being done. Guides. Please tell me there's an airlock thing in here. Genetics, rockets, trading, construction, mining, smelting, temp control. I don't see an airlock one. I don't get what you guys are telling me about click on the door. I mean, I'm clicking here, I'm clicking here. What am I supposed to be clicking? If I click this, then what am I clicking? This goes red. I can't do anything on the numpad. What am I supposed to be what am I supposed to be clicking on? I mean, nothing seems to change no matter what I click. On the airlock setup, I'm still not understanding. So all right, so that's what I want. Airlock interior door, interior, airlock exterior door, exterior. So it's swapping between these two positions. And then the sensor is fine and the vent is fine. So I think that's properly set up.
Waste tank caution.
Yeah, I know waste tank pump. Oops, error in config. Do I have to save it somehow? You just keep alternating? Interior door's fine. But then it switches that to exterior as soon as I click on this one, which is what's freaking me out. So now, interior, interior, exterior, exterior. Does it save it as green as soon as I move down again? No, it's still red. That's what I can't figure out now. And that switched it back from interior, exterior. Now all of a sudden everything... So the bars are green, the entries are red. Interior, interior, exterior, exterior, sensor, active vent. I was expecting the lettering to be green. I'm thinking red is bad, danger. That's what's throwing me. So is it programmed now? It is programmed. Cancel pressurize. So... Alright. Door is open. Cycle to exterior. I need to get atmosphere in the other one to see what's going to happen properly. So this is cycle back to the interior when we come back. We got a blip blip message. Alright, I never went and grabbed any oxide, did I? I need to bring some oxide in. How fast is this cycle? Because we got equal pressure on both sides. Is that why it seems pretty fast? Or not. Exterior pressure is nil. Am I really waiting on this? I think the interior pressure is about the same. I feel like I don't have something running properly. The vents, if nothing else. All right, bad messages. Waste capacity is nearly full. I guess I can vent that. We'll get a little bit of pressure in here when we vent it. And I need to fix my suit power again. Let me put some things away real quick. Yeah, that was not easily explained or simple at all. Really seems like there should be a guide for that nonsense. All right, programming card, glass. I haven't reset up my battery charger. We'll worry about that later. Yeah, I know. I watched a guide on YouTube. I just couldn't remember all the steps from the guide. Watching a YouTube video while live streaming myself is a little rough. Where is said tutorial? Are you saying it's one of these tutorials? Or it's in here somewhere? Because I checked guides and I didn't see one. I mean, that seems pretty detailed. Yeah, we have not had a setup airlock mission show up. I deleted some of the missions we completed, but there's not been an airlock message that showed up. We've got fill a room with oxygen, but you would seem to need a door. I assume they wanted me to put in standard doors first, fill with oxygen, and then later it's going to teach me how to do an airlock. So I'm probably doing it out of order, which is why we haven't seen one yet. So... Oh, at the start menu. Well, I don't want to bop out of the game. That's no fun. All right, let's vent our air canister. What is that going to be? Whoa, not that key. 3. All right, so this is our waste tank. 6, 4. There we go. Let's pull our waste tank.
Waste tank critical.
How do I vent this thing? Can I vent it as is? Yeah, open. All right, so gas is getting sucked out. Put it back. And our external stats say 1 kPa. All right, let's go look at a new thing. Let's grab our tablets and grab... and which one's which? Network. Yeah, let's grab them both. Network and Atmos. Close that. Currently we have our tracker. We're going to put in the atmosphere analyzer. Turn it on. All right. Room 11, apparently. 1.28 kPa pressure with 94% CO2 and 6% O2. So CO2 is what we got out of our canister. But we got the start of some pressure. I don't know how much I need to start the sublimation process for the ice or the oxide. Let's go grab some oxide real quick. Sun's about to go down. We've got some just outside though, and we've got a light on this door now. So let's turn that off. Put that away. Mining belts are outside. Alright, so now we should find out, because we've got a bit of an atmosphere in here. So, cycle. External pressure is 0. Have the mining belts. Sure, let's give the pneumatic drill a try. I do not have the tracker on, so I gotta be really careful here. Oxide. I do know that the instant this is out of the mining belt, if there's pressure and temperature, it'll start to sublimate. We got no atmosphere here on the moon, but on some of the other starting locations you will. Is there more down here? Not sure how much I need. I'm gonna assume that's enough. Alright, see what happens. Alright, so 0 kPa, cycle to interior. Yeah, it's not transferring anything in. We're still at 0 kPa in here. So something is not working right. Can't actually change these things. Do you have to program the vent? Maybe you have to program the vent. Well, there's not much to transfer, true. Cancel pressurize. 1 whole kPa. I feel like I need to close the door, but let's just go ahead and see if any of this will sublimate. I'm not sure it will at our low pressure level and temperature. But let's find out. So, let's see. I wanted to split 1, and it sublimated. Alright, right out of my hand. Okay, let's just close these screens. Alright, that one is gone. And let's get our tool belt back out. Take a look at our tool here. We're up to 5.6 kPa, 72% oxygen, 20% CO2, and some nitrogen. All right. Let's just dump out some more. It's rolling around under its own power. 3, 2, 1, gone. Now we are at 23. We want to be up where? Around 80? I think 80 is where we want to be. I think we can breathe it at this lower level. But let's keep dumping them out. Kind of watch the pressure. Alright, it's all gone. 60 kPa. Now we're down to what? A little under 2% CO2. And we're at 88. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and dump this last one out. I should probably keep some in a mining belt just to replenish the atmosphere in case I get into trouble in here. Gone already? Still sublimating? Oh, there he is. All right. I think we're good enough. Turn that off. And let's crack our helmet. Number 1. So your helmet's got a safety lock. You can't open it unless you unlock it first, so you can't just accidentally hit a number key and have this pop open. So, unlock, open helmet. Either helmet. I think with the helmet off, was I venting oxygen from my tank? Is there a way of turning that off? Hey, suit. Pressure up, down, temperature up, down, air off. Alright, we're out and about in our environment. We're not dead. Doesn't say I'm suffering any ill effects. Pressure's good. I don't know how you deal with this. Does it just... So it's getting better because no suit or helmet. Alright, so you just gotta get out of your suit and helmet for a while. Yeah, temp is pretty cool. So I know when we get an atmosphere in here, the sunlight is going to start increasing the temp. So when the sun comes up, the warmth inside the hab will increase, and we'll actually eventually have to dump the heat. It'll be too much heat, so we'll have to modify and adjust. Right now, yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, but I just wanted to verify we were functional. So suit, helmet, suit info, turn the air back on. Internal readings are not being shown. Why are you not being shown? Close the helmet. There we go. Now it's being shown. Alright, it's target temp 101, currently 96, warming me up. Or that's pressure, I mean. Target pressure, target temp. So, yeah. I mean, I can tell the pressure that we want to be at just from this. 70, 80 is fine. So we're fine there. We just got to bring the temp up in the hab. All right, and the sun's going to take care of that when it comes up. All right, so helmet off, suit off. We didn't spend enough time out of the suit to get rid of that hygiene negative, but that's fine for the moment. I want to go test the airlock again now that we've actually got pressure in here, so I know for sure. So, if we step in, that doesn't look good. We zeroed out our battery. And we got no power gen going. That's not good. I do have a large battery, so we can at least get that running again. Alright, so... cycle to exterior, current pressure. Alright, so there's a pressure reading. And it is cycling down, awesome. At which point, door opens. Alright, yeah, I had issues just initially getting the power run. That one was pretty straightforward, but programming that thing was really confusing with the red text. I kept thinking the red text was telling me something was wrong. That's not what I was supposed to be paying attention to. Alright, so. Airlock seems to be working. Let's get some power going. Am I out of coal? Not quite out of coal yet. Alright, I've been leaving that on. I don't know if it's pulling power or not. That will get our battery going. We are negative to need? Really? How can we be negative to need? Is it because of the battery charge? No, can't be that. Oh, I have something disconnected. Something got disconnected. That thing is no longer connected. So we're generating power, but it's not going anywhere. Alright, so we got to fix that too. Yeah, I undid quite a bit of this, especially when I turned or removed the battery charging pack. Alright, good to know. Cycle to interior. Wonder if I actually have to wait for the full pressurization. Once the door's closed. I don't think it really matters, does it? Because when I open the door, it's going to equalize anyway. I think it's only on the outward bound that I need to be careful because I don't want to lose the atmosphere that's in the lock. Alright, so, yeah, I got to fix this power problem. So you go back up. I need my tool belt. Go to there. Grab some wire. Grab my wire cutters. And I need to cycle back outside to get this thing connected. All right. That looks kind of weird. I mean, it connects, but it's ugly as hell. I don't know how I had that connected in before. I have it curved. Want to curve down, please. Why are you not? The hell? I can't get it to the position I want it. Let's do this. And let's see. Screw it. I guess I am going in like that. Something set up really weird there. Alright, now we have power connected properly at least. Looks stupid, but it's working. Alright, so the airlock's working. We got our power gen going. Yeah, I have to think about this. Alright, cycle. And as soon as the door is closed, like I said, I don't think this matters. Alright, everything's reorganized. Let's get some gold in there.
Power low.
Yeah. I do still need to get the battery charger back on somewhere. That doesn't feel appropriate. Oh, that's mounted to the ceiling. Interesting. Yeah, that's awkward as hell. Oh crap, this is gonna be one of those where I can't figure out how to dismantle it. I'm gonna assume the drill. Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty dumb. I guess I could bring a power chute through here. Won't let me attach it to the wall. That looks weird. Yeah, I think it's going to be weird no matter what. I think I'll just... I wanted to hook it up direct to the exterior power inputs, not have it be downstream of the APC. But I don't think I can get away with that. So, screw it. We'll just put it in here somewhere. Oops. Okay. Yeah, that thing just charged pretty quick.
Oxygen low.
Whoops. You know, that's not good.
Oxygen critical.
Did I turn my helmet off? I bet I turned my helmet off. I don't think I re-engaged the locking mechanism. Lock helmet. Open helmet. So I can breathe. Is my oxygen tank low? That's the propellant canister. No. How did I manage to turn my air? No, that's air on. Okay. Close helmet. What happened there? Helmet is closed. Filter on, air on, AC's on, pressure should be fine. Oh, I know we did the hygiene thing. I just didn't want to sit around while I waited for that metric to go low enough. Gotta get that water system set up too pretty soon. Alright, let's try this again. So, first... go back to the tracker. Damn it. No power gen currently. Keep doing that. Alright. Inventory's cleaned up. Mining stuff put away. We've got atmosphere. What we don't have is any kind of water or food generation. I know that's probably part of the hydroponics stuff we'll get to eventually. This thing is telling me the other printers, electronics printer, pipe bender, and tool manufacturing. Build a stacker, connect the output of your auto lathe with a chute. Create a stacker. Fill a room with oxygen, we've done. Grow plants for oxygen and food. Yeah, didn't need to do the bottle filler for refilling water. Make your atmosphere safe to breathe. Create a filtration and a portable air scrubber. And refill an oxygen canister. I think we did that once already. Dismiss to acknowledge. Huh. And then mine ice for gases. We did oxide, we didn't do ice. Placing an ice crusher. So ice is where we're going to get our hydration, and then hydroponics for our food. Potato, wheat, soybeans. So, more systems to figure out. We need to get these three things made. So, electronics, hydraulic, and tool manufacturing. And we could probably do with at least 1 or 2 more solar panels. So we have some passive power generation. I really hope all that gas is escaping from the final process of that. Yeah, it looks like it. Alright. So, electronics printer. We've got what we need. Go ahead and print one of those. A bender. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. Alright, we'll wait on that. 78%. Let's pull that battery. That in there. Yeah, we're losing power because we don't have any power gen going currently at night. Yeah, battery shuffling. At least now that I've been through the pain of the airlock process, that seems like it's one of the more complex, at least in the early stage of the game. One of the more complex setups. Definitely would organize things differently, I think, next time. Get like this on one side and the airlock controls and vent and sensor on the other. Instead of trying to cram them all in on one wall. 65, 64. What are we at? Oof, only 56%. Hydration's getting very meaningful. Exterior is still 80 kPa, 8 degrees. Alright, yeah, that's fine. I gotta figure out how to do this. 1 and 3. So, again, we turn those off. Crack the helmet. And then put them on the wall. Yeah, I got no light in here. Need to figure out where I can get lights built. I assume through the electronics bench. 96, 97. Alright, we have our electronics kit. Also just going to put that on the wall for the moment. And I'm going to hold off doing that till morning. Still have power draw because of this. I assume that it's just the airlock equipment also has power draw. And since we have no power income right now, this should be a fairly low trickle. Yeah, it's not moving hardly at all, so just a very light draw. I guess I could get my electronic sensor for my tablet out if I really wanted to know. Don't remember where I put those things. Network analyzer. Actual 70 watts. Okay. 0 up there because we have nothing incoming. 3 devices connected. Solar panel, APC, and the generator. Downstream. Let's actually check like the wall here. Does it say the same? Yeah, 70 watts across the entire network. So we only have the one APC. Alright. Good to know. Swap back to our tracker cartridge. All right. Yeah, I could very definitely be bridging the power networks. Hey, the negative effect went by. So does that mean it's completely gone and now it resets the timer to 0 and I got a bunch of time before it's going to happen again? Or if I put the suit back on now, is it just negative a little bit and all of a sudden the message is going to come back again? Helmet and suit. Helmet is closed. Helmet is locked. And it automatically turned on these three things when I put it back on. Huh. Does it turn them off automatically when I remove it? A shower? Oh my goodness. Alright, you. So... obviously, it's going to be set like
Oxygen low.
so. Now we've got
Oxygen
walls.
critical.
Oxygen critical again. What do I keep doing to this helmet? Oh, that's right. I do have to flip those switches. I keep thinking what I see is what the status currently is. It's the reverse. Alright, close helmet, lock helmet. Make these things say off, which means they're actually currently on. That's what I keep forgetting. That's why we keep almost suffocating. Alright, back to this. So, that's the closest I can get. So, I need to be able to get the output from that. So, I need to have it at least... I might be able to get around it there, but probably I need it to be here. Yeah. Alright, what else we need? Drill. Sheets. Yeah, I gotta start replenishing some of this stuff. Sheets and probably plastic again. And wiring again. And maybe glass, I'm not sure. That is not the welding torch. Cable coil. And just a screwdriver. Electronics printer is up. Alright, electronics printer's wired up. Desk lamps, packaging machines, chem stations, all sorts of fun stuff. Advanced airlocks, air controls, batteries, chargers, lots of different cartridges. Solar kits. Weather station. Portable composter. Sound cartridges. Bass, synth, leads, and drums. A whole bunch of kits. Alright, so we still got two more devices to put up. There are solar... So there's the solar kit basic. I think that's the one we started with. And then there's this one. Gold, copper. Oh yeah, we need steel for that. Which means we need the other furnace. Alright. That's one of the next things probably is the other furnace type. Still want to replace this thing, and I like the way that's set up. And I need to get the water dispenser up too. So solar panel and the other panel. Power's coming in here, hitting the APC. Everything else is downstream. So no, I don't think I've got anything improperly wired. It's just kind of ugly. Yeah, we're gonna have to go get more coal, or I'm gonna have to set up the other power generator that uses the fuel, one or the other. One solar panel is absolutely not going to keep up with the rest of this. All right, so priority-wise, the water thing I don't think is too difficult. We need to set kind of a mounting base on the ground, and then we attach that to it. Then we have to run pipe from that up to a dispenser unit. The dispenser unit has like a pump that it pulls the water out of the canister, and then it has a container, kind of like the battery charger, if I remember right, where you can put bottles in and then activate the pump to fill the bottles from the reservoir in the tank. So it's not going to be too tough. It's just a floor secure plate. Mount that, run the pipe up to the dispenser, and I think because it has a pump, I think it has to be powered. But that shouldn't be a big deal. So that'll be pretty straightforward. The other furnace, on the other hand, building it I don't think will be a big problem, and placing it, learning how to properly fill it with the appropriate materials to get it to function properly so we can get the alloys like steel. That'll be the next, I think, hurdle. But I definitely want to get at least one more solar panel up here and wired in. And I think I'll just probably go with the basic one. And then it's probably feed materials into the printers, get a bunch of stuff processed, and get some replacement parts going. And we're going to have to get working on the water and food generation. Those are the big next ones, I guess. If we can maintain a stable atmosphere in here without losing it. I don't think there's random events like meteor strikes or anything that's going to breach the habitat. Overpressurization due to my idiocy could do it, I assume. I know the windows and walls and so on are rated for various pressure levels. So as long as I don't screw up too bad, I don't think we'll have a pressure-related breach. Get some more better organized mining going on. And just see where this list takes me. I think that's going to be it for now, though. Let's go ahead and save. Let's do a save as. Get a second one going. Change appearance. I don't care. All right, we're out. Check the temp lately? No, I haven't checked the temp lately. What did it read? I know we were at like 1 degree, and then I thought it was up to 8 or something. The sun should be warming up the atmosphere inside the habitat. I don't know if it warms up and then holds that heat. I don't know the thermal protection value of like the walls and stuff. It says 15. We're at 15C. So, right there. External 81 kPa, which is perfectly fine. And 15C. So yeah, we're getting temperature. I don't know how much of that. I think use of the arc welder inside here also is raising the temperature a bit and putting some chemicals in the old atmosphere. We don't have any filters or anything yet, so I'm not sure when that's going to be a problem. We'll have to watch our buildup of the other
Power low.
gases. Hey there, suit. 3. Large battery, large battery. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're out of here. All right. Well, there you go. Our first look at Stationeers. Only major problem was figuring out that stupid interface on the airlock system. That was bothersome. Beyond that, everything else was pretty straightforward. We had a few power issues that I got straightened out, and it's a bit ugly, but we'll learn to clean things up as we go and get some experience. I think it's going fine for a first time. We're absolutely going slow with all the learning that's necessary. I'm sure we could be at this same stage one hell of a lot faster once I kind of know what's going on and I get less fumbly fingery with the all the pressings of the E's and the F's and the right clicks and the left clicks and the mouse wheeling. So much of that stuff. It works, but it's definitely going to take some hours in-game just practicing that stuff. There's so much switching between hands and inventory and back and forth and back and forth. So kind of good for immersion, but at a certain point it does get a bit kind of painful and annoying. But otherwise, pretty cool. We haven't unalived ourselves yet, so that's good news. We'll keep plugging away at it. So, as always, new game. Let me know what you think, and if you're interested in seeing more. I got some other games I need to check back in on that are older games that have had a bunch of updates, but Stationeers seems pretty cool. I don't know how many people would be interested in possibly doing a co-op on this, and I don't even know how many people you can do co-op. If it's 2, 20, I haven't actually looked. I know it has multiplayer co-op, but I haven't looked at the limitations or how they've got that system set up. So we'll see. But yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching as always. Let me go check to see if there's anybody out and about we can go raiding. Who's on that I know? Anybody? Not on that list. I think I'll forego a raid for now. All right. Have a good one, folks.